Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel and thank you so much for your continuing support. Welcome back to another video. Do you spend most of your time in bed, lying down and not doing much? Do you easily get tired and doesn't feel like doing anything? While most of us will label this kind of behavior as mere laziness and nothing more. There are actually a lot of overlap between laziness and burnout that can make it difficult to differentiate between the two. Burnout is defined as a negative state of emotional, physical, and mental exhaustion caused by excessive stress and inability to cope with it. A study in 2010 reported that approximately 75% of adults in the world have experienced symptoms of burnout, and over 40% of the cases being more severe. It is more important for us to educate ourselves and get to understand the nature of burnout, especially when we are at risk. With that said, here are 6 signs that what you're experiencing right now isn't actually laziness but burnout. Number 1, you have become moody and irritable. Do you suddenly find yourself snappy and easily irritated? Do you often feel emotionally out of control nowadays but don't know why? While moodiness and irritability are common but often overlooked signs of burnout. So if you start to have trouble controlling your emotions, especially when it's never used to be a problem for you, this might be a reason why. Lazy people, on the other hand, are a stark contrast to this because they are often very relaxed, laid back, and unaffected by things. Number 2, you feel disconnected from everything. If you are suffering from burnout, one of the things you might be experiencing but don't quite realize or understand is depersonalization, or the persistent feeling of being detached from oneself. People experiencing depersonalization, most commonly to those struggling with trauma, detachment, and substance abuse, report feeling a strange sort of emotional numbness and emptiness, feeling as they are watching their lives from outside of themselves or going through the motion of every day as if on autopilot. They don't feel like themselves anymore, they don't feel engaged by anything, and they constantly struggle with overwhelming sense of helplessness and inability to take back control of their lives. Number 3, you used to be passionate. Someone with burnt out is found to be struggling to find interest or enjoyment in things in which they were passionate in the past. Whether it's talent, sports, or just academic professional performance in general. Burnout can make it hard for you to do the things you once loved and felt passionate about. You might even hate or resent it because of how much you overworked yourself and pushed yourself to the brink because of it. Number 4, you've neglected your self-care. Most lazy people don't often bother to take good care of themselves, be it physically, mentally, or emotionally. One of the most warning signs that someone may be emotionally and physically burnt out is if they start neglecting their self-care and socially withdrawing from others. There are concerning changes in their eating and sleeping patterns. They stop making an effort of grooming themselves and looking good, and they tend to spend most of their time by themselves doing nothing because they are so easily exhausted by even the simplest task of all. Number 5, you used to be motivated. If you are simply a lazy person, then it would stand to reason that you are always being a lazy person, maybe with a few rare exemptions. Laziness is, after all, a character trait, and character traits tend to remain stable over time. A lazy person doesn't ever feel like exerting effort or applying themselves to things. But if you used to be self-motivated and highly achieving, often excelling in certain areas, and have only recently become exhausted, apathetic, and unmotivated, then it's more likely that you are suffering from burnout and not laziness like most people would think. Number 6, these changes happen gradually. Finally, something you should know about burnout is that it develops in stages. So, all of the points we've mentioned above, losing interest and motivation, especially in things we used to love, feeling detached from ourselves and disconnected from everything around us, socially withdrawing and neglecting our self-care won't just happen overnight. When there is still a moderate amount of stress, but optimism, interest, motivation, and performance may already start declining. The earlier you spot the signs of burnout, the easier it is for you to get help and recover from it. That's why it is so important to raise awareness about burnout instead of simply dismissing it as laziness like most people tend to do. So if you or anyone you know may be suffering from mental or emotional burnout, please don't hesitate to reach out to a mental health care professional today or talk to them about it. I'm glad you've watched this video to the end. I really appreciate your support, and kindly like and leave a comment in the comment section, and please don't forget to hit that subscribe button to be part of this growing family. Thank you so much. See you next time. Bye.